me, let's go.
You guys look amazing.
George Ruto is one of the most discussed yet least understood members of Kenya's first family. As the son of President William Ruto, he has grown up under intense public attention, where almost every appearance, business move, or luxury purchase becomes a national conversation. Unlike many celebrity children who constantly seek the spotlight, George has maintained a relatively private profile, making him an intriguing figure to many Kenyans. His life represents the intersection of privilege, youth, entrepreneurship, and the expectations that come with being the president's son. Latest news about George Ruto. As of today, George Ruto continues to attract media attention mainly because of his business interests and public appearances. He has frequently been linked to Kenya's transport and hospitality sectors, particularly after reports connected him to investments involving high-end matatus and other private ventures. His name often trends on social media whenever photos of luxury vehicles or entertainment-related businesses emerge online. Although he rarely gives interviews, his association with prominent business circles keeps him in the public eye. Growing up in a political household, George Ruto was born into a family that would later become one of the most influential political families in Kenya. He is the son of President William Samoei Ruto and First Lady Rachel Ruto. His father rose from humble beginnings in Uasin Gishu County to become Kenya's fifth president, a journey that has often been cited as one of the country's most remarkable political stories. Growing up, George witnessed his father's transformation from a member of parliament to a cabinet minister, deputy president, and eventually president. This meant that much of his childhood and teenage years were spent in an environment surrounded by politics, security, public scrutiny, and national responsibility. Family roots and siblings. George comes from a close-knit family that places strong emphasis on education, faith, and discipline. His mother, Rachel Ruto, is known for her advocacy work, farming initiatives, and Christian values. He has several siblings, including Charlene Ruto, who has become a well-known public figure through her youth empowerment, agriculture, and climate advocacy activities. The Ruto family has generally maintained a reputation for presenting a united public image despite the pressures associated with political life. Education and academic journey. George Ruto received part of his early education in Kenya, attending private institutions that provided a strong academic foundation. While many details about his schooling have not been officially disclosed, reports indicate that he later pursued higher education abroad. His university education has generally been associated with business and management-related studies, reflecting the entrepreneurial interests that have become evident in his adult life. Studying in an international environment is believed to have exposed him to global business practices, technology, investment culture, and modern entrepreneurship. Life beyond the headlines. One of the most frequently asked questions about George Ruto concerns his personal life. Despite his public profile, he has kept much of his private life away from media attention. As of 2026, he is not publicly known to be married, and there is no confirmed public information indicating that he has children. The Ruto family is openly Christian, and George is generally understood to have been raised within that faith tradition. He occasionally appears at family religious events and national functions attended by the first family. Apart from business, George has shown interest in lifestyle ventures, entertainment-related investments, and youth-oriented enterprises. College years and entrepreneurial interests. George's college years appear to have played a significant role in shaping his entrepreneurial mindset. Rather than pursuing a conventional public service career, he has been associated with private investment initiatives. Observers have often described him as part of a younger generation of Kenyan entrepreneurs who are interested in branding, transport innovation, hospitality, and lifestyle businesses. His exposure to both local and international business environments likely influenced this direction. Building a career in business. George Ruto's professional identity is primarily that of a businessman and investor. Although he does not hold a government position, his ventures have received significant public attention because of his family background. He has been linked to investments in the public transport sector, where modern, customized matatus have become popular among Kenya's urban youth. These vehicles are not only transport assets but also entertainment and branding platforms, featuring advanced sound systems, digital displays, artistic designs, and strong social media marketing. In addition to transport, George has been associated with interests in hospitality and leisure businesses, including high-end entertainment establishments. These investments suggest a focus on sectors that target young consumers and urban lifestyles. A future still being written. George Ruto remains a relatively young figure whose long-term career path is still unfolding. Some analysts believe he could eventually expand his business empire, while others speculate that he may one day enter public service or politics. For now, he appears to be concentrating on private enterprise rather than elective office. His greatest challenge continues to be balancing personal ambition with the intense scrutiny that comes with being the son of Kenya's president. Every investment, appearance, and business decision is often viewed through a political lens, making his entrepreneurial journey far more complicated than that of an ordinary businessman. Whether he chooses to remain behind the scenes or step into a larger public role, George Ruto has already become a significant figure in conversations about wealth, youth entrepreneurship, and the influence of Kenya's first family. His story is not merely about political inheritance, it is about navigating opportunity, expectation, and public perception in one of East Africa's most closely watched families.